There's so many better ways to die. Please turn off that noise. Is everything ready?
Oui.
Good. Cook!
Called, sir.
Is everything on schedule?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30. Sharp.
Right on time. You have your instructions.
Oui.
Very well. But let's begin. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm in the right...
Indeed, you are expected, Colonel.
How do you know my...
Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My
I
name is...
believe I've been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
I took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
Certainly.
Not to worry, Colonel. It's the maid in the hall to champagne.
Don't mind if I do.
This way, monsieur.
With pleasure, mister. Are you expecting anyone else tonight?
Indeed. But do come in, madam. You are expected.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are a social notary known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, it says so on my letter, but
Oh,
why?
Mrs. White, I would like you to meet the maid, Yvette. Oh, I see you two know each other.
We've never met. Show me card? I think not.
Feel free to warm yourself in the lounge.
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
I'm really pleased to meet anyone. More?
Indeed.
Bonjour, madame. Please, come in.
You must be Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, that's me.
Cook, would you come take Mrs. Peacock's coat? Oh, I see you two also know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Knowledge belongs to the Lord.
Feel free to make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Thank you for your hospitality. There are a couple of Benjamins under the caramels for you, butler.
How sticky.
I expect to be treated like the wife of a girl.
Hold that thought, Mrs. Peacock. The lounge is worth its weight.
Oh, ma, look at the detail in this molding. This is a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Who are you? Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Is this the right address for me and Mr. Body?
Sit! No, not you, sir.
Sorry, I suppose this letter has me a little anxious.
And you must be Mr. Green.
Yeah, that's exactly who I am.
Do come in, sir.
Well, this is not at all what I was expecting.
I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. It's just that maybe I expected something a little smaller.
Well, excuse me, sir.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp on Saturday evening. Well, here I am.
Professor Plum.
If you say so.
Well, and I thought I'd seen everything.
And you must be Miss Scarlett. Oh, welcome. I didn't know you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridge was washed out from the rain. My car broke down and this professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't realize we were headed to the same place until we arrived.
How was your drawing?
It's a long haul.
Indeed. It is a long haul, but then again, it is a rather large house. Follow me, please.
Say, what is this godforsaken place anyway?
Oh, this old place. This is Body Manor. Cook, dinner.
Directly.
Appetizers in the lap. Up to you.
Lord, I'm starving.
Honey, I I didn't realize.
Good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard,
Present?
Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White,
Yes.
Professor Plum,
Right.
Mr. Green,
That's me.
and Mrs. Peacock.
How do you do?
Good evening. I am Wadsworth, but as some of you may have surmised, nobody is being addressed by their real name. A courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I would suggest you follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. You never know with... Ah, dinner.
Sorry. I'm a bit clumsy, sorry.
Mr. Blackwood, you were saying you never know when what?
Or,
What?
never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, follow me. I wouldn't want to keep Cook waiting, keeping you cranky. You'll find your names beside your places.
There's my name.
Lovely.
Ah, Miss Scarlet.
Right. Please be seated.
Oh, Miss Peacock. Mrs. White.
This place, at the head of the table, is that for you?
Indeed, no, sir. I'm merely a humble butler. I don't sit.
And what exactly do you do?
I bottle, sir.
Dinner served.
Thank you, cook.
All right, Butler. What's all this about this dinner party?
Ask not the reason why. I've got to do and die.
Die?
Merely quirking servant, Lord Alfred Tennyson.
I prefer pickling myself. Do you like pickling, Colonel?
Sure. I'll eat anything. Where is our host? Does he sit here?
All in good time, sir.
What's that smell? It's something familiar. Shucks, beans. My favorite. I know. Why not? This is delicious. All right, I guess I'll break the ice. I'll get the ball rolling. I'm used to being a hostess. It's an integral part of my life as a... I forgot. We're not supposed to say who we really are, but oh well. I have no idea what we are doing. I am very intrigued. And oh my, this soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington.
Washington. So you must be a politician's wife, Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, I am.
Who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Well, Mrs. White, he's awfully quiet. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
Sorry, I'm a bit clumsy, sorry.
That'll be $5, mister.
What?
Mr. Gray, what do you do in Washington?
Oh, I'd rather not say. I like to follow the rules.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, then we'd just be sitting here in embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silence, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes? No what?
Well, in my professional opinion, it seems to me you suffer from something that we call pressure of speech.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
In psychological medicine,
Do you practice?
not anymore. I currently work for the U.S. government.
Ah, another politician.
Not exactly. I currently work for, you know who,
Who?
a branch of the United Nations organization, the World Health Organization.
Oh, you know who. It's an acronym.
I have a sister who is a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I
about the Red Scare.
No. I am not a communist. No, I'm a Republican.
Wadsworth, we've had enough of this. Where is our host and why have we been brought here?
Ah, that would be me. Excuse me for a moment.
I've got an idea.
Oh, yes. Good thinking, Miss Scarlett.
What are we doing?
The sound waves travel from one side of the glass to the other, so we'll be able to hear everything you're saying.
All the guests have arrived as expected, sir. Everything is going according to plan. We'll meet you in the lounge. Oh,
Huh. I didn't
I don't hear a thing.
I don't know.
What took you so long?
All right, who's at the door? I demand to know what's going on.
can I interest any of you in fruit and dessert?
No!
Oh, then might I suggest we adjourn to the lounge for coffee and brandy, at which point I believe your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions and the game will be afoot.
Coffee? Brandy?
Thank you, Yvette. That'll be all.
So, where's our host?
He's not here. Nobody's here. What's happening?
Cigarette. It'll calm your nerves.
I don't smoke.
For Wadsworth, open after dinner. It's for you.
Good then. Are you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Well, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
I'm glad something is.
It appears all 6 of you have received the same letter. Give me that. It will be to your advantage to be present on this evening because a certain Mr. Body will bring to an end a long-standing and confidential financial liability.
Yes, that's what it
That's
says.
my
You have in
set.
mind to say the same thing.
As it turns out, you all have one thing in common.
That Tyrant McCarthy! We are being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed.
Ah.
For some considerable time, you all have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
What's someone gonna blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you'd received your letters, you have known who was blackmailing you, but I'm sure even the least discerning amongst you has determined that the man blackmailing you is Mr. Body himself.
Who is
Mr.
it?
Body, what a scoundrel!
Who Mr. Body is no concern of yours. Suffice to say, he's a supporter of the Un-American House Committee, and he has deemed your activities to be disorderly un-American. Our task for this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Oh, precisely.
Don't you think you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. Right, where should we start? Professor Plum, it says here you're once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in the pathological, lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the U.S. government.
Ah, I see your line of work has not changed. What it says here, your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What do you do?
Oh, you know how male doctors aren't supposed to date their lady patients?
Yeah.
Yes, well,
How awful. You know, one day there's gonna be a reckoning for men like you.
I hope so. We
return for delivering Senator Pinnock's votes to certain lobbyists.
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing simple about that.
Not if it's publicly declared, but if you slipped some cash under a stall door at Old Ebbets Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
Lots it stinks. When were you in that man's life?
Oh, so it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
But you've been paying our friend the blackmailer for a little over a year now to keep that story out of the papers. Seems a little sticky, no?
Now, see here,
Well, I'm willing to believe you. Actually being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
So
So
am
am
I.
I.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed.
No, I'm being blackmailed, all right. I just did what I was blackmailed for.
And what did you do?
Run a non-governmental agency that handles classified affairs. Affairs? In Washington?
Is that how you knew Colonel Lester worked in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, Miss Scarlett, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that
No, it's not true.
Ha, so it is true.
A double negative.
A double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds to me. In fact, a double negative is like the proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away, Colonel.
Are you trying to make me look like an idiot in front of the other guests?
Oh, you don't need much help from me, sir. Colonel, it looks like you hold a sensitive security position in Washington. One that could be easily compromised by, said, double negatives.
And what position exactly were you calling in, Colonel?
This is an outrage!
Let's see, who's next? Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since the death of your first husband.
Say what you want, I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmail?
I don't want another scandal, do I?
Another.
We had a very humiliating confrontation where he threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he threaten to kill you in public?
I think she meant he had threatened in public to kill her.
It was all over the papers.
What? He was the one who died, Mrs. White, not you. Not you.
He was found dead at home, unclothed. His head had been chopped off, and so had his, But I hadn't been home all evening. I was out at the movies.
What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
Oh, he was your first husband. Your second husband also disappeared under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is
I
a...
don't need you to ask me, Wadsworth. I know what you're going to say about me.
Go ahead.
Mr. Green, who is a homosexual.
Not me.
I beg your pardon?
You asked, who is a homosexual? And I said, not me.
Yes. Thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
How do you mean?
There's the question of your politics.
My politics? Since when is supporting the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, correct? But Celtic voted for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if there ever was one.
But voting records are confidential.
Everything has its price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
Have what?
A disloyal Republican, a crooked senator's wife, and an ambitious doctor. Not all adhering to all American standards, are we?
Depends on who you ask.
But if this body fellow is such a noble character himself, then why doesn't he report us to the authorities?
And give up the opportunity to make a book. Come now, Professor, what could be more American than that?
Apple pie.
So we're being blackmailed by renegade McCarthy. Where does that leave us?
Who is this Mr. Body?
And what does he want with us?
Who cares if I'm not finding out? I'm leaving.
You can stay in denial, Mrs. Peacock, but you cannot leave this house.
I'm the wife of a great senator. You can't tell me what to do. What?
Indeed, the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce your host for the evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Body!
How do you do?
What, Mr. Body? Blackmail all these good people? Why is it for you?
Wonderful! Good!
Anyone want to make a guess as to what's in their boxes?
Perfume, candy, a rare single malt Scotch whiskey.
I'm guessing it was fun. Please, open them.
Candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
A light pipe?
A dagger?
A revolver.
Oh, this was a rope.
Your hand each hold a lethal weapon. You all came to me because you believe the evidence against you is so terrible that you'd do anything to keep it a secret. I'm from the theory to the test. You are Mr. Wadsworth here, the only other person who knows your secrets. It's costing us all very dearly to keep them quiet. How do you mean? I would have spilled the payments if I didn't have to pay Wadsworth for his silence.
Wadsworth? That's a lord!
He may look suave and charming, but really he's conniving and manipulating.
False!
What do you think's called the police?
You called the police?
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, I'll have no need to increase your blackmail or expose you to the police.
Get rid of.
Does he mean kill?
In fact, if you can eliminate Wadsworth,
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
who not only knows your secrets, but also mine, then I will eliminate your blackmail altogether and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
You would never!
But why make us do it, Bobby? Why not do your own dirty work yourself?
Yeah, why should I, when the six of you are so uniquely motivated and armed?
What a patriot.
After all I've done for you, listen! I'm no bad indentured servant. I'm one of you!
A familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. The police are on their way. Now's your chance. The only way for you to end your blackmail and avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth now!
Ah!
It's Mr. Body!
Oh, thank goodness.
Is he breathing?
Just stand back. I'm a doctor. He's dead.
Who has a gun?
I did.
So you stole him!
But I didn't. Somebody grabbed the gun from my hand, but the lights went off, and the next thing I knew, there was a shot.
There's no bullet wound.
He's right, there isn't.
There's a bullet lodged here in the wall.
Eagle Eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullet's in the wall over here, then how'd he die over there?
Don't ask me. I'm not a forensics expert.
Something else must have killed him.
One of us must have killed him.
Well, I didn't do it.
I didn't ever look at you.
I need a drink!
What if the brandy was poison?
Poison!
Well, someone had to stop her screaming.
Was the brandy poison?
How should I know?
Looks like we'll never know now.
Unless she dies too.
The troops are coming from the billiard room. Who's in there?
Sarah!
Yvette, are you alright?
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course I'm alive, you idiot! Look at you, Wadsworth. You've locked us up in this house with a murderer.
So the murderer is here.
We were. Where? Here. We're all looking at you. For her.
What took you so long?
I'm an old woman who may or may not have been poisoned. It's the reason I'm everywhere.
I heard you all along. One of you is the killer.
How did you hear us in Ceylon?
I was listening. I have a secret for the Isabella connected to the lamp. Monsieur Body asked me to record your conversation.
And why would he ask you to do that?
For no evidence, of course. Wadsworth revealed your secrets in the lamp. Now they are all recorded.
What, Snake? I've got to destroy those tapes.
Who cares about the tape? What about the body?
What body?
Body!
Ah.
Wait, Jeanette, if you're in here all by yourself, then why were you screaming? Because I was frightened. If you heard poison too. Plus, one of you is the killer. Monsieur Body is dead.
We have to find out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Well, I didn't
I would have killed him myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Well, don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
What if it wasn't one of us?
Who else was in the house? Only Zico.
Well, it appears to me the cook's not here.
Oh, Ma, isn't this a lovely kitchen? My husband and I had one very similar to this one in our first brownstone. It has such a homey feel, doesn't it? With a dagger in her chest.
This makes two.
2-1.
Murder.
I hate murder.
Wadsworth, you've got some explaining to do.
Me?
Well, who else would have done it?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How could you make jokes in a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Defense mechanism? If I were the killer, I'd kill you next. Yeah. There's only one confirmed killer here, and it's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's.
Yours.
Five.
5?
Yes, just five. Men are like Kleenex. Strong, soft, and disposable.
Well, who has the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, I put it down.
Where?
In the lounge. Any one of us could have picked it up. I didn't even go near the house. It was Mr. Green.
Can somebody please help me?
Good Lord, let him out.
Really, you might want to start thinking up for yourself better, Mr. Green.
Oh my, what's the dead body?
Gentlemen, I just suggest we take the cook's body into the lab.
Why?
Number one, when the police arrive and they see this, we're all going to be prime suspects for murder. And number one, the butler, I like to keep the kitchen tidy. I never did like that.
Where's the body?
What are you all staring at?
Nobody.
What do you mean, nobody?
Nobody! Nobody! Mr. Body! It's gone!
Maybe he wasn't really dead.
He was.
We should have made
I
sure.
thought I had.
Maybe he was dead, but somebody moved him.
Well, who would move him?
And why?
How should I know?
Well, if he's not here, then where is he?
Well, all this is except that I have to deserve a girl's room.
We would not done.
No, I just want to powder my nose.
Look, there's a toilet outside the baby house.
Need I remind you that we do still have the issue of two dead bodies? One present and one missing, and the imminent arrival of the police!
Well, the bridge is washed up in the rain. That should buy us some time. But I want one more time. I want the police to arrive.
And what in this house with a murder?
Well, once the police arrive, the rest of us are screwed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's no one else in this house?
No.
So there's someone else in this house?
Sorry, I said no meaning yes.
No, meaning yes?
Yes.
Listen, I just want a straight answer.
Don't look at me.
Wadsworth, is there anyone else in this house? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't.
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion on whether or not there's anyone else in this house.
So there isn't.
Isn't any confusion or isn't anyone else?
Either of both.
I just want a clear answer.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Is there anyone else in this house?
No!
That's what he says. But does he know?
Look, we've got the missing body of Mr. Body, a cook with a dagger in her chest, and all of these easily accessible weapons. The candlestick, the rope, the revolver, the wrench, and... Where's the lead pipe? Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We've got to find out who can do where and with what.
Well, it would probably be the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of game are you playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
The lead pipe belonged to you.
But I dropped it while running to the kitchen.
People don't just drop murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
So anyone could have picked it up.
But who did? Who did pick up the lead pipe and brutally murder Mr. Body living in blood and dead in the bathroom? Who did? Who?
Cool it, Butler. While you're over there losing your marbles, I'm over here trying to do something useful. Have you all forgotten about the evidence against us?
The evidence?
Bonnie's briefcase is locked.
There must be a key somewhere.
Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key?
Why me?
Why not?
All right.
Where'd you get that?
I really don't like germs.
Or fingerprints?
No, it's mostly just germs.
Ew.
It's so warm.
You're a little handsy there, huh?
Shut up. How's it you doing this?
Are you enjoying this?
I found it, didn't I?
Give it. It's empty.
Empty?
I told you Body was a lawyer. Evidence in the briefcase, my fault.
We have to find that evidence.
And destroy it.
Well, evidence aside, there are 2 dead bodies in this room.
And the cops are on their way.
Let's move the bodies so they look less dead.
So bright this is turning out to be.
The Dabbers are much heavier than they seem, aren't they?
I wouldn't know.
Oopsie daisy.
Me neither.
Disgusting.
Great battlefield technique, Professor Plum. Never leave a man.
Look at blood on the ground.
Oh, strong in here.
Girl, they must go asleep.
Forget about the bodies. We need to do something about the homicidal maniac on the loose.
Well, I know what to do with the weapons.
What?
Put them in the closet.
I think most murderers know how doors work, Mr. Wadsworth.
We'll lock them in the closet.
They still know how to work doors.
We'll put them in the safe in the closet.
Okay, great. Now, where is this closet?
It's in the hall. Oh, follow me.
Ah, a safe in a closet. How original.
You think you can go a little faster?
There are lots of boxes, okay?
There's gonna be enough room in there?
Of course there will.
Well, by the time you're done, one of us is going to be dead. What?
He thinks I'm slow.
You're slow.
There. Lost.
Voila!
Well, what are you going to do with the keys?
I'll put it in my pocket.
What if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
Oh, fine. Then we'll throw the key outside.
We are scared.
But it's raining. All that stereo.
But you'd have to open the door, wouldn't you?
Yes.
But what if the killer's outside?
If the killer's outside, then it's better leaving him outside than letting him back in.
I guess you're right. We'd want to keep him outside rather than risk letting him back in.
Or maybe if we open the door, it'll encourage the killer to go out.
The killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing doors all by themselves. I don't see how us opening it for one tiny second could make any sort of a difference.
But if we open the door, and then we throw the keys outside, and then the killer catches it, then they have the keys to the weapons we're trying to protect.
Look. I think we're overthinking this a bit. Follow me. I'm going to throw the key outside.
Was that the killer?
He didn't look like a killer.
Takes one to know one.
I got this. Interrogation is my specialty. Good evening.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the whole household. But, my car broke down out there, and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
you, killer!
What now?
All right, sounds good. Right this way.
Well, where is it?
What? The body?
What?
Oh,
Body.
there's nobody. There is nobody anywhere.
Right. There's no body in the lounge. Right this way.
No!
I believe there's room in the study you can use it. Follow me.
Oh, wait. Huh?
Oh, after you. All right, I've looked in the study now. Our task is twofold. One, find the murderer, and two, find the evidence.
We've got one potential suspect contained in the study, but that leaves the rest of this place up for grabs. Who knows what's behind all these doors?
I say we handle this in proper military fashion. Divide and conquer. I'll split you into pairs.
Split up?
But what if one of us is paired with the killer?
Well, then we know who the killer is.
But the other half of the pair would be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are inevitable. Every omelet, you must break an egg. Every good cook will tell you that.
Look what happened to the cook.
Colonel, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice do we have?
None.
Well, I suppose you're right.
All right, I will split you into pairs. Eeny, meeny, miny,
No! Mrs. Watt, you come with me. Miss Peacock, you're with Professor Plum. Yvette, you go with Mr. Green. And Miss Scarlet, you go with me.
But what if someone doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. Now, leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. This might be the last person you ever see. Now go!
Go on. I'll be right behind you.
That's why I'm nervous.
Why? It's a bus. You're alone.
Well, that's just it, Mrs. White. No man in his right mind wants to be alone with you.
Fine. You go in there and I'll go in here. Are you going in?
Yes, are you?
Yes.
On the count of three. 1, 3.
Nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
Shall we search the ballroom?
After you.
This is quite the impressive library.
How am I supposed to find anything if I don't even know what we're looking for?
Civilized societies perpetually menaced with the disintegration of men towards one another.
Your fancy words don't intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit, Miss Peacock. Roy, I think he's onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to find the evidence.
It's a fruitless search if you ask me. It's not like we're just going to walk into a room and find the evidence plastered on a wall.
Come on,
time has been productive nevertheless.
Aren't you a Pollyanna?
You're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet. And maybe once this is all over, we can be friends. I mean, murders aside, it's been a good group all in all. And I guess I would also like to hear how Mrs. White lost her veil in the billiard room.
Wait a minute, you found White's veil in the billiard room. Odd.
Odd.
Odd. A secret passage. A secret passage leading to somewhere. Let's go. Come on.
Ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
How heroic.
Where are we now?
How should I know the lights are off?
We'll turn them on.
I wouldn't have to see anything.
Oh, I'm going to feel my hair to the ground.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Right. A table,
A telephone.
a chair,
A body.
a body.
The door's locked.
You have the keys, Wadsworth! You left the motorist in here!
That's right. I do have the keys. No, they're gone.
I have an idea! Would someone please give us an encore?
There's no alternative. I'll just have to break down the door. Stand back. I'm a doctor.
Stand back, guys! Hold on!
Ah!
I will help you.
Ah! Ah!
All right, the door is open. I'm done shrieking at you. You can come out now.
Why? Were you shooting at us?
To open the door!
You better kill us!
I said stand back.
Say, Frenchie, where'd you get that gun anyway?
The safe, it was unlocked.
Unlocked? Impossible. I have the key and I locked it myself. Oh no, it's gone too.
Not to beat a dead horse, but again, I think it's
I
really
thought you said you threw away the key to the safe, Wadsworth.
Well, I said that, but I didn't do that. We got distracted by the motorist and one of you must have taken the key from my pocket when we were searching the house.
So whoever took the keys is the killer.
Precisely.
Speaking of the killer, there's a dead body in the study, you know. The motorist is dead. What are you doing here? Oh, we found him together.
and he was already dead.
But how? That door was locked.
We went through a secret passage we found in the conservatory.
A secret passage? Who designed this place?
The Parker brothers.
We should hide.
Do not worry, it's not the police.
It's the police!
I'm going to open the door.
No!
It's the decent thing to do.
Open the door! Good evening, sir.
Evening, officer. We've been expecting you.
You have.
We haven't?
I got a tip about an abandoned car near the gates of this house. Did a motorist stop by for help by any chance?
No!
Yes.
There seems to be some disagreement. At any rate, could I come in and use the phone?
No!
Of course, ma'am. There's a phone in the lounge.
Out of order!
Sorry, my mistake. This is the one in the study.
Occupied.
Officer, I believe there's a phone in the library you can use.
You're all acting rather peculiar.
Oh, it's because our chandelier fell down, yes!
I love that
They
chandelier.
could kill us, but do not worry. The maid will clean it up.
That's all well and good, but what's going on in the lounge and study?
Oh, lounging and studying. This way, please.
Let me have a look.
This way.
Actually, I'd like to take a look around if you don't mind.
Oh, but of course, officer. Or I will take you on the grand tour of Body Manor. This home was built by Lord Body and his body in 1786. When he and his body everybody. Notice the mahogany floor structure specifically. The Lord Body and his body in 1782. Did you know they used the mahogany historically noted for making canoes. A new canoe, officer.
What? Hey, where'd everybody go?
Notice the brass door constructed specifically for your body and his body in 1832.
I don't care about the doorknobs, mister. What is going on around here? What are you hiding in those two rooms?
Oh, which two rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those two rooms.
Yes.
Don't go in there, don't do shopping! My apologies, officer.
I'll just take a peek in the study now, if you don't mind. Excuse me.
Evening, officer. How do you do?
Are these men drunk?
What's it?
Oh, I can't drink while on the job. The chief would kill me.
Kill if you do and kill if you don't.
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Same to you.
Disgusting.
Well,
Look, we can explain everything.
no explanation necessary. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
There is.
Of course not. This is America, and that was the pursuit of happiness. May I use your phone now?
Oh, of course, officer, right this way. It's in the library. After you.
Thank you.
You can all come out now, good job.
You're never talking about that ever again.
Now, a clock in the library.
How'd you do that? I thought you didn't have the keys.
Those are my right pocket keys. My left pocket keys are still intact. Now, we have to find the evidence before the police arrive.
But the police already came.
He's talking about the criminal investigation police, not the broken down car police that's blocked in the library.
Precisely. Now, we can't afford to have any more murders. Now go!
Hello? Hello? A power outage? Must be the storm. Oh, hello, Chief? Yes, this is... Hello? Are you still there? Is this phone working?
No, we turned off the light. No? Oh, it's only you. I thought you were the killer.
Did somebody cut the line? Hello?
Oh, what is that in your hand? Did you find it clear?
Oh, good. You can hear me. You see, I found an abandoned car and wound up in this old mansion where all of the lights just went out. I'm telling you, Chief, there is something funny going on around here. They're having some sort of party, and you'll never believe who I just saw. Psst. No!
See,
God, don't touch the red one.
There must have been a short wire. Be light!
Do you hear that? Sounds like a telephone's going off the hook.
It's coming from the library.
That's where the killer must be.
I'll go in first.
Aren't you afraid?
of what? A fate worse than death?
No, just that. Excuse me, officer, are you in need of any assistance? Maybe a phone book, perhaps?
Hey, listen, Congress, the phone where I asked you a question. Hang up the telephone right now or I will.
bathroom, the motorist in the study, the cook in the kitchen, the cook in the library, the vet in the billiard room, and the singing telegram girl in the hallway. Not to mention one missing envelope of damning evidence. The nice guys may be good at breaking the law, but can they break a case? So, who is the killer, you may ask? I'm sure you have your suspicions, but we haven't got time for that now, do we? The police are nearly here. I believe the best course of action is for me to take you through the events of the evening step by step. Sometimes those obvious answer is right under our noses. So, at the start of the evening, Yvette was here, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. Doorbell, it was you! I recognized you as Colonel Mustard. Yvette offered you a glass of champagne. Doorbell! This is quite a arrived, pale and tragic. I introduced her to Yvette and they both flinched. A boom of lightning, a crash of thunder. Clown Scarlet, kick off his green overall. The cook banged the gong! We all returned to the dining room. You found your name beside your place. You start fancy. My favorite. And you had a letter, and you had a letter. And you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter.
Get on with it!
Mr. Body gave you your gifts and you opened them. Then he switched off the lights. Then he heard screams coming from the billiard room. What was it there? You were not being attacked as a murderer, you idiot. But one of us wasn't here.
Who?
Mrs. Peacock!
I was there with the rest of you.
When we heard Yvette scream, we ran to the billiard room. But you lagged behind. I'm in an aggravated state of shock. It was the perfect time to commit murder. Now,
Go ahead.
it was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger.
God forbid.
I found your feather in the freezer, Miss Peacock, and it was your dagger who stabbed the cook in the chest.
Poor woman, I thought you liked the soup.
It was my favorite.
Then we all ran to the kitchen. Mr. Green, you were behind the kitchen door for approximately 2 minutes and 57 seconds, giving you ample time to slip away before any of us even noticed. Then, I suggested we take the cook's body back to the land, but when we arrived, Mr. Body's body was gone! But there's a twist. Mrs. Peacock came running to the land with body on her body because we've been blood in the bathroom and that's why it is me!
I know. It was Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe.
Preposterous.
I found your disgusting pinky just outside the bathroom door in the billiard room. Right where Mr. Peacock was attacked by Mr. Bonnie the second time he died. And it was your lead pipe found in his skull. Couldn't stand the thought of body getting away, huh? So he passed his brains out.
I can't just stand the sight of blood. It wasn't me.
Then I suggested we move the boxes into the closet.
And that's when we ran to the hall and found the murderers.
Who was killed in the study?
But how? We already established that that door was locked.
It was Colonel Mustard in the study with the wrench.
I never studied.
He took the keys from Wadsworth, opened the safe, and did the deed.
I didn't even know the guy.
To Colonel Mustard, your driver for life, Mike the motorist.
Yeah.
Plus, I found you lurking conspicuously in the conservatory. When I found the trapdoor, it was already propped open, meaning you had gone through and pummeled the motorist to death with the wrench.
Never underestimate what you can do with the wrench, Mustard.
I know. How do you think I fixed the sink?
And then the corporal.
Who got murdered in the library?
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah? Then how'd the cop wind up with the candlestick in her head? And how'd I find yours? Is it in here?
What did you find?
Cigarette holder and a stack of books in the library.
Oh, please. You found my cigarette holder far shot the singing telegram girl before she could even finish her prank rolls. Wonder what kind of dirt she had on you. I bet she was an old patient of yours or something, right?
I have never even seen this girl before in my life.
Whatever.
And I know who killed Yvette. It was Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope.
I'd rather die.
I saw the way you looked at her when you walked in. And I know you talked about your third husband, who is an electrician. Stands to reason you know your way around a circuit board and how to shut off the lights.
I do not. Fine, I'll admit it. Yvette had a poor love affair with my late husband, and I hated her so much. I hated her so much. No, the flame! The flame of the fire! My flame! What? Are you I didn't kill her! I didn't kill her! I didn't kill her! I didn't kill her! No!
So, in summation,
Thank God.
it was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger, Colonel Mustard in the study with the relish, Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick, Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope, Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver, and Mr. Green in the bathroom with the lead pipe.
I didn't do it!
There's still one thing I don't get.
One thing.
Make that ooze.
Freeze! Nobody move.
Wadsworth?
You can call me Wadsworth if you want to.
Well, that's her name, isn't it?
You all thought it was Body who died tonight, what? That's impossible.
Well, he bled all over me.
But it wasn't Body who was bleeding, was it?
And who was it?
He was Wadsworth! My butler.
You're Mr. Bobby!
Oh. So, here's what we're gonna do, kids. We're gonna stack the bodies in the cellar. We're gonna lock the cellar, and then each of us is gonna leave. One by one.
But the police will be here any minute. You'll never get away with this.
And why should the police come?
Of course.
Oh, my God!
Oh. They were never even on their way. Now, we're gonna lock the bodies in the cellar and forget all about this.
But, wait a minute. We can rush him. He's got no more bullets left in that gun.
You think I'm gonna fall for that old trick?
It's not a trick. There is one shot at Mr. Body, two for the door, and one for the chandelier, and one for the singing telegram girl.
That's 1 plus 2 plus... Well, that's not 6.
Yes, it is. It's 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, that's 6.
No, that's 1 plus 2... Well, shut up! Point is, there's one bullet left in this gun. And whoever thinks is gonna get it!
So you're gonna keep blackmailing us, and we have to pretend like this never even happened? That's your plan?
Of course. Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Goodman, FBI!
Mr. Green! FBI! That's Nibbling Stew! Did you see this coming? Neither did I. Ushers, quick, open the doors!
To the audience, Wadsworth, or should I call you Mr. Body? The jig is up.
Mr. Green, you're FBI?
That's right. The real Mr. Green got a letter just like each of you. Only he came to the bureau to ask for help. I'm an agent out of the Hartford office who's apparently a dead ringer for Green. They sent me here tonight so we could have a sting operation.
Six people died on your watch.
They had to use me because the real Mr. Body knew what the real Mr. Green actually looked like. I usually work the Hartford desk on property crime, you know, theft, fraud, and the like. I've become quite a bit of an expert on the art of pickpocketing. That's how this large envelope marked confidential ended up with me tonight and not any of you.
You have the evidence?
It's all here. We have our suspicions of what might be in here. We never thought it would be this rich.
Give me that.
Let's all take a look. Shall we? Here's Miss Scarlett's accounting book for her classified affairs service, giving plenty of motivation as to why she killed the cop
who's listed right here on her payroll.
Give it back!
And this love letter addressed to Professor
That's
Plum.
private property.
Apparently, the singing telegram girl was the daughter of the head of the U.S. Department of Behavioral Sciences. Looks like she was just about to come clean to Daddy, who most certainly would have cleaned out Professor Plum.
You see here,
And
I have...
these negatives. My oh my, Colonel. Looks like you've had quite a bit of classified affairs yourself. Yes, your unfortunate motorist who had stopped by here earlier tonight would still be alive if he hadn't informed your Major General where he drove you every Tuesday night.
I just wanted someone to talk to.
Talk to, huh? That certainly is a democratic way to put it.
I'm a Republican.
And Mrs. Peacock, here's your Bible. Made it pretty easy to stash cash from bribery, no? I guess your old cook would still be alive today if she hadn't had told Mr. Body your secrets.
God forgives all!
And Mrs. White, you weren't lying, were you? You really did hate Yvette.
The flames! Flames on the side of my
Here is a container containing your fingerprints from your previous murders.
Well, I didn't kill them!
Fingerprints I'm pretty sure the FBI will be able to match to the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves!
I think you mean bees.
Damn!
And last, but most certainly not least, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's Robert!
I hold in my hand an FBI file on the whole big body case. Your butler, Wadsworth, had been feeding us information for months. I can see why you killed him. Your shot missed him in the lounge, and he wisely played dead. Awfully good actor, had us all convinced. But while we were rushing from the kitchen with the dead cook, you found your sneaky butler trying to make his escape by the bathroom and bludgeoned him to death with the lead pipe I had dropped on my way to the kitchen.
Is he mean okay?
And you left him there, dead, bloody, in the bathroom, waiting for someone to walk in like poor Mrs. Peacock.
You swear!
The Body family has been wanted for theft, murder, and organized crime for generations. Until now. Tonight,